with a beaming ray of sunshine, Jen Riley, owner of the super swanky Peach Whiskers thrift shop and also Thrift Store Junkie, which is just next door. Can't wait to hear about that. She's an amazing person, incredibly creative, and obviously somebody you should know. So Jen, tell us a little bit about your store here and a little bit about the one next door.
Okay. Peach Whiskers Goods is my vintage boutique, my baby, and I started that one 3 years ago.
Okay.
Kind of when the pandemic was just about, like, certain places were starting to open. And yeah, and I started on San Pablo for a year and then moved into this spot and have been in this spot for 2 years.
Yeah, it's a really good location.
Thank you. I love it so much.
Yeah, I mean, you can see you right from the street. That's amazing. Yeah.
The visibility is so much better. So, and it's a little bit smaller, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I work with what I got.
I love it. So how long have you, so Peach Whiskers has been in existence how long?
3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
And Thrift Store Junkie?
Thrift Store Junkie, we just opened on Thanksgiving Day weekend.
Okay, and what are the differences?
So the difference is this is only just vintage, and this one is a just local thrift store in which we made into a nonprofit.
I saw that. So tell us a little bit about that. That's really special.
Thank you. Well, Dale and I, Dale owns Dale's Records, just a block up. First off, it was a florist, and he was there for 20 years.
Oh.
His name was Gary, and he decided to retire. He was just burnt out and just ready to garden his own garden. And so we were just kind of thinking about things, and he's like, what if we did like a thrift store just to bring in a little bit more foot traffic?
Sure.
And we'll make it nonprofit, because I mean the first few years is already just really super tough for a small business, and let's do something for our community.
Right.
And so that's what we did, and it's been great so far. It's been a little bit more like doing a nonprofit, and I'm doing the filing and all that was crazy, but we had a couple who helped us within that and just kind of guided us. And yeah, there we are.
Perfect. Well, so Jen and I have known each other for a really long time.
Yes.
Way back to the Yard House days, we had a lot of good times there. So, but you've done other things before you were a thrift store queen. So what else have you done?
So I was working at Yard House. I was going to school for massage therapy. And then started at the Parker was my first job, and have worked all over the valley in other like more high-end spas, and have been a massage therapist for 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I still am.
Okay.
Yeah, but when the pandemic hit, I couldn't touch anybody. All the spas closed. Massage was out of the question.
Yeah.
And although I was a little relieved, because I think I was kind of done with the more corporate side of working for spas. I was scared because it was my only way of connecting with people.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't really know what to do, but I was already selling like on vintage online on Etsy. And at that point too, Dale signed his lease for his shop the day before the shutdown. So he incubated into that shop for like 2-3 months and just made it the way he wanted it until he opened, and he was successful. And then I had a little corner in his shop that I just sold some clothes, and then that was really it was getting busier for that, and people were coming in just to see the vintage clothes, and he's like, you should really open up a shop.
Okay.
And so I did.
Yeah. Kind of scary, I bet.
It was it was super scary
because like you said, thrift store is different from vintage.
Yes.
So when you're doing vintage, it's very specific, and where do you find these things?
I source all over the desert. I do estate sales, flea markets. We even travel like on our days off, and we'll go to other thrift stores and estate sales. When we travel during the summer, we'll go to the flea markets out there, and then like maybe 15 to 20% of the clothes that I do get are from locals that come in and want to sell their stuff.
Right. And we were at a networking event, CD Boss Babes.
Yes.
And we were doing the whole go around, introduce yourself and what you do. And what you said was so impactful for me because I never thought about what you do as that. So if you could sort of paraphrase or say that again, I think it would be really important for people to hear.
Cool. Well, thank you. Well, I guess what I remember of saying for me with vintage, there's so much history in these clothes and how they were made, and the things and places and all of what it has gone through. So I kind of feel like a foster parent with these items, and so once they do find a home, it's like their forever home, and they get to go out again with a whole nother life, and it's just, it feels good.
Yeah,
it feels really good. I feel fulfilled.
Right. And did you think that you would find yourself feeling that way when you opened up a little corner in Dale's shop?
No, not at all. Because at first I wasn't there, so I didn't get to see who was coming in and all that until I opened up this store, in which, like I was telling you, I was so bummed out when pandemic hit and my career was like, how am I going to connect with people?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, and so this brought that, but it's in another way, and it's so fulfilling. I get a lot of people who will ask me like, how's your business going? And I'm like, it's successful because I've never made so many friends and have never connected so well with my community than I have ever been here. And it's been like, I came here in 2006.
Right. You've been here a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
this is really the way that you connect to people of all ages.
Yes.
You know, places in their lives, because not only are people bringing in their old clothes to you and you have that relationship, then you get the younger people come in and find that fabulous outfit and take it home and love it, and that's another connection.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so
Prom
interesting.
dress
Prom dress, right?
Yeah.
Like through fashion, through clothes, you know, you are connecting to so many different people in the community.
Yes.
So amazing. And again, like I had just never looked at it that way. Like I told you, when I'm not a thrift store person.
Right.
But the way you have curated this space, like it feels like you're in another world.
Thank you.
Right? So I can imagine going through the racks and finding something so special. And I love how you get creative with it on your Instagram. Like if you don't follow her, so I know that you've always been creative, right? And you've always had that little spark, but that is just, it is amazing. It makes me want to come in here and like do a photo shoot and like dress up, and you know, you do a lot of it yourself, but you also get your daughter involved. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, since I am very into word of mouth, so the experience is everything to me. But nowadays, well, in the beginnings, like I didn't have any money to market.
Right.
Not even for like advertising and tidbits. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just used Instagram as my marketing skill for that, in which that's what I was doing while I was, you know, selling online prior. But it was nothing to,
like,
it was very
full
standard
shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is so much fun.
I'm here alone a lot. So it's like, I'm mainly just entertaining myself.
Yeah.
But if it entertains the rest of the people and just gives them at least a little glimpse of what is to come when they come and meet me.
Yeah. Well, what I love about it is it really shows your uniqueness.
Thank you.
Like the way that you put the outfits together. I know they didn't come in that way, right?
Right.
So you're curating that. But it also, you're so beautiful in the way that you express
Aw.
yourself there.
Thank you.
And it's so like honest. And it's not like, it's not, what is it called when they fake your body?
Oh, cookie cutter.
Cookie cutter. It's not, you're not putting filters on.
No, it's genuine.
It's genuine.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
I think that's so refreshing.
Thank you.
And when I see your daughter on there, I think, okay, so like, what does that conversation look like? Like, how do you talk to your daughter about being her true, authentic self? Because you definitely do that.
Oh boy. So there has been times where I would do something and then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna erase that because it's just gonna embarrass the shit out of her. And there has been times where she's like, Mom, this is so cringe, like I can't. And then I'm like, okay, I'll take it off. Like if it's really gonna affect you that way, I don't want that.
Sure.
And she's like, no, because you're being yourself.
Right.
And I love that about you.
Right.
She's like, I love that you don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's really just putting it out that it shouldn't have to be so serious.
Right.
This should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And expression, self-expression should be
Yes.
whatever it is. Like obviously you
Yes.
have the mom-daughter thing,
Yes.
and so she gets those cringe moments. However, the value that you're showing her, like, what does it look like to experiment, and what does it look like to be different, and what does it look
Yes.
like to have all different kinds of versions of yourself
Right.
until you find the one that just works just perfect.
Yeah. And she's learning that a lot at this age while she's in theater.
Mhm.
And self-expression
Right.
and improv and all of that, and she is really, I mean, really obsessed with it. So
Yeah.
I'm getting the less of like the cringiness of just like, ooh, that was good, or
Sure.
yeah, no, people are gonna love it.
Yeah, I know. I love that. That's really cool.
It's just so cool.
Do you still do massage therapy?
Yes.
Yeah. And is that really your bread and butter that finances this?
During season, it's a nice side hustle, I would say.
Okay.
Only because I've actually had seasonal clients for 10 years that
Oh.
I've had for 10 years. So when in season, they keep me busy.
For your massage therapy?
Yes.
Okay, got
It's an entire family
Oh,
from
wow.
Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and so they keep me pretty busy when they're here.
Mhm.
And then I do have a couple of local ones as well, but since I've been doing it for so long, I've been limiting
Mhm.
myself just so I don't get hurt,
Sure.
and I'm not like burning myself out.
Sure. Sure.
But I still love it.
Do you love it?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I feel though with each year I'm getting a little bit just more tired, I would say, with it.
Mhm.
So I think maybe I'm giving myself like 3 years and then I might retire from that.
So what does that look like? Is that, full for could, I know it's not about making money, right? But at the same time, we have to make a living.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is a way that you can do that?
Yes. I do know that of what I'm learning in the 3rd year, I'm still haven't made a profit.
Sure.
It's just still paying for itself,
Right.
and that's okay. Like
Sure.
I've been getting a lot of support from other small businesses. Nikki from the Fine Art of Design.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Right.
and Duchess from Thriftology.
Amazing.
So they have been supporting me a lot and telling me like, you're doing okay. Like
Yeah.
you're making it, and
Yeah.
like I said, it's successful to me to still even be here.
Right. Well, retail's not easy, and this is a very niche thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
So to be able to pay for it itself, and it's so, like I said, it's just amazing in here.
Thank
Like
you.
that's a real big win.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. I hope in the future that there will be a profit to where I can start saving for, retirement
Sure.
and all of that.
Right,
But
right.
and still Dale has a year ahead of me. So
Okay.
I'm kind of watching him and how
Right.
he does things,
Right.
and we're okay.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
I know. Well, gosh, who knew?
I know.
So, I think there's probably a moment, early on, and Dale's like, "Hey, you should go do this," and
Mhm.
you're like, "No, I don't really know. I'm not sure." Talk a little bit about how you were able to walk through that and say, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to curate a fabulous shop and sell vintage clothing."
Okay. So when he did tell me that, I was scared out of my wits because I am no business savvy woman, and I'm still learning every day.
Sure.
But watching him build his own business and the work that he put into it, blood, sweat, and tears, was it was really helpful for me, because then it kind of gave me a glimpse of what I would be doing, in which that's exactly what it was, blood, sweat, and tears. But it was nothing behind me in my back or any corporate
Sure.
watching me. It was, I did it all myself. I made all my own decisions,
Mm-hmm.
and that was really weird, but so much fun and
Empowering.
very empowering. And I still get to make those decisions, and I get to play, and it's really, yeah, you're right. It's very empowering.
Yeah.
But what else were you asking me on the?
How
Second
you
part of it.
just how you walked yourself through the fear. And it sounds like you really just took you watched what somebody else was doing
Yes.
who was a little bit ahead of you,
Right.
and you also have the support of that person,
Yeah.
which is also really nice, and
Which is
support
so
of
nice.
other people in the community that are doing the same
Right.
thing you're doing, not
Right.
a competition, but a hey, we can all be successful too.
Right. And another person who actually told me to open up a shop was Duchess.
Yeah.
She
And
was
she's-
over here
yeah,
at the
right.
time,
Mhm.
and she was very, and she was still like within the first few years of business, and I would still like come in and see her, and there would be days where it's really slow, and now she's got just
Yeah.
this
She's got a great
amazing shop, and she's doing so well, and it just makes me feel
Yeah.
like this.
Sure. Well, you got to keep moving forward.
Yes.
It's not going to be easy, but the
No.
alternative is what? Being really boring and not having a
Yeah.
shitty job.
And being micromanaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and which is
I don't want to go back
I know. Okay, so I know we know where you're located. Where exactly could somebody find you? And what would be the best way? Tell your hours again,
Okay.
so that they know when to come and where to find you, and
Okay.
and obviously your IG handle so they can see how amazing you are.
So Palm Desert, the exact location.
Well, we're on the corner of San Pablo and 111. basically.
San Pablo and 111, right next to Mimo's,
Mhm.
best Italian restaurant. Let's see, Palm Desert, and then, sorry,
111.
hours, and 111.
hours, yeah,
111.
hours.
Hours. We're down to our summer hours,
Mhm.
so it's Thursdays through Mondays, and then Tuesdays and Wednesdays we're closed. And my Instagram is peach.whiskers,
Mhm.
and that's me.
That's you. That's right. Well, thank you so much. It's been
You're
so
welcome.
good.
That was so much fun.
Give me a hug, babe.
I love
girl.
you.
I love you too. Until next time. Bye.